Good morning, 6th graders. Today is Thursday, the last day of school for the week. And we have lesson 12 today. We are going over map scales. Quick question. Does anyone remember our lesson we had on scale drawings? It was night school. I think it was a little bit confusing for us, but remember, a scale drawing is something that is too big to fit on a piece of paper, and so we scale it down to size to where it fits on something. And then we have a scale that tells us, if we measure it, how much its actual length is. So for instance, we had the scale that 1 centimeter represented 5 meters, all right? So we would measure our scale drawing, and if we measured 1 centimeter, it actually, in real life, it was 5 meters long. That's kind of the same idea of what we're learning today with our map scales. It actually is the exact same idea. So let's jump into our lesson, top of page 48. It says a map is a special kind of scale drawing that represents distances on Earth. Do you guys know that all maps are scale drawings? Because if you look at a map, it's shrunk down onto a map. It's not the actual size, because there's then a scale on the bottom of every map that shows us the exact size or distance it is from maybe one town to the next. To whereas on a map, it only looks like it's about this far apart, and that's maybe about 2 inches. So in reality, the two towns are not 2 inches apart, but maybe an inch represents 100 miles on our scale drawing. That's what we're learning today. So I'm not going to read the rest of that. Go ahead and pause the video and read over the rest of the part about Denver. He drew a map to show how to get from his place to his uncle's farm. Read over that, and then notice that his scale, every 1/4 of an inch represented actually 1 mile. So 1/4 inch on the scale, on the map scale, actually represented 1 mile, okay? So maps showing large areas often give the scale this way. So if you notice the scales there, they have a scale of miles and a scale of kilometers. So they usually give them in those, they give the scale on the map that way. So by measuring with a ruler, you will see that each mark on the scale of miles is a 1/2 inch long. Every 1/2 inch of the map represents 25 miles. Each mark on the scale of kilometers is 1 centimeter long. Every centimeter on the map represents 100 kilometers. So if we were to get our ruler and put it up there by that scale, every 1/2 an inch, so you would come to your 1/2 inch mark on your ruler, it would come to 25 inches. And then another 1/2 inch would be 50. So every 1/2 inch would represent actually 25 miles. So for your new part today, you have a map on the top of page 49. You're supposed to do this activity using the map scale for the section of Nebraska shown at the top of the next page. So the way we're going to do this is we're supposed to find the shortest distance by road between 2 points on the map. Measure with the straight edge of a strip of paper and mark the distances on the strip. Place the paper on the scale to find the exact distance. If the distance is not exact, estimate to the nearest 5 miles or centimeters, all right? And I'm going to show you guys, we're going to do number 1 together, all right? So, all right, so this is how we're going to do this part. Our first question is find the distance in miles between Ansley Loop following the shortest route. All right, so if we look over here at our map, we have to find the shortest distance between Ansley, which is right here, and Loop City, which is right here, by road. So that's going to be right down through here is going to be our shortest route. So what we do here is we stick our blank piece of paper right up here, and then we're going to mark the distance, which would be right here. Mark it just like that. Now we're going to get our blank piece of paper. We're going to come down here to our scale, and we want to know in miles. So we have a miles up here and a kilometer down here. So we're going to go up here to our miles. Remember, we're going to go to the nearest 5. So, let me get this. There we go. So we put our point right there, and we're right close to 20. So our answer would be 20 miles. Let's take this away. It'll be 20 miles, all right? So that's what you guys have to do for your new part. You just use your piece of paper, find your two cities and then mark. You can mark it either, you can just use this point and then go to that point, or you could simply do it like this. You could just go to your white piece of paper and you could just mark it. So Loop City's right here and Ansley is right here. So you have your two marks. You come down here. Yeah. And then we're gonna go from there to there. And then you round to your nearest 5, all right? That is all for your new part. And for numbers 28 and 29 at the end of your lesson, you guys are going to look back on map page 49, which is in your new part, and then you're going to use your map there to answer some more questions, all right? You guys have a great day.